Hey, Greg, welcome in. Appreciate it. It's great. We weren't on a break. I don't know where you went, but I'm happy that you finally made it. We're going to talk about.
Can you hear that he's talking to you? You can't hear him. Yeah, we're on the air. You say you don't know we're on the air when we're on the air.
I didn't have my headphones on.
You've been very well. It's hard to do when you're not in the room.
Right.
Appreciate
if
you.
I
though.
may, if
You've
I
had a
may,
good show.
Greg Cody. Not only just before you get mad at Greg Cody again, because he is arriving late. We're already starting the segment. He's supposed to know what the clocks are around here, but he blames me for not knowing. Greg Cody has been our MVP his last 3 or 4
we were having fun.
Yes.
He's decided to make it contentious.
I have?
Yeah, I'm sure we were just having a good time, and he took offense to Hard Net Workout. I mean, the clock's right there. But
Well, I didn't. Nobody told me that we were starting.
Right.
Like
no one told you that we were on break either, but I didn't stop you.
Yeah, they did actually.
No one. Who said we were on break?
I was told that I was on break.
What?
An unnamed person told me.
Yeah.
Right.
And I got coffee. I went to the restroom.
Some Java.
I came in.
Right.
You know, you
Wash your hands?
I did.
Did you put the seat down because that's been an issue?
No, I raised the seat.
And then you put it down after
Of
you went
course,
on?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
So I don't know if he
Who
did.
wouldn't?
QK or
No, just a urinary function.
We're gonna
you
squash
lowered the
Yeah.
seat to urinate and then you raised it?
No, I raised it to
I've
urinate.
seen some people
And then
kneel
Very
now
polite,
to pee
right.
into a toilet.
They do what?
Kneel.
Oh, I've never kneeled.
Knelt to
No.
pee.
At home, I sit on the Ring of Honor.
At night?
At night when it's dark.
Of course.
Whatever.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
You sit during the day?
Yeah.
If it's light?
Yeah, normally.
Only at home?
Not all the time. Yeah, only at home.
You know what? Let's bury the hatchet. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I forgive you.
You sit to pee?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
When
Only
it's
at
dark.
home. Only
You
at home.
don't?
No, he said he does it in the
Or
light.
when you're taking a QK.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. How's he going to check TikTok?
TikTok. Ridiculous.
There was something that I found on social media that I'd like to play for you guys.
Yeah, what's that?
So, Puka Nacua, one of your favorite NFL players, set all these records. 6th-round draft pick, incredible story.
Yep.
Surely no one could have predicted this, right? However, the Rams put out social video on their channels that of a 6th-round pick, of them kind of nailing how they would use Puka Nacua, and it's a cool little insight into how Snead and McVay work. Curious, your thoughts on this?
Where do you think BYU goes?
6th. I mean, the thing with BYU is he tested really poorly.
I think, man, he's got us Alec Ogletree and couldn't test well but can chase the rabbit. Alec could run, but he could never run a 40. But if you said go race, well, his speed is playing as fast. I've always said he's got. If I go sort by miles per hour, he would be one of the top receivers.
Like, I think this guy would be really good for us, Les.
I want a guy that is going to be where he's supposed to be, that'll stay grounded through the catch, aggressive hands, that will dig out support in the run game, and then that we can also give him, he can be an extension of the run game.
Jeez, take the whole draft.
This guy can be a functional piece of an offensive operation.
He's a tough kid. To me, he showed, all right, there's a tenacity and a toughness and a fight, and if you teach him technique, he'll be able to. We know we got the guy you got a vision for. Totally. We're going to nail that deal. Hey, Puka, what if we draft you with the 43rd pick here in the 5th round?
That would make my day great. That would be amazing.
It is.
That is so cool.
Stunning the way that we cover that sport so poorly because we never get to see stuff like that. And it's amazing when we finally see it because you're all like, oh, of course they saw it.
A draft lab.
Yeah, but they probably do that for every pick they make, and they don't all work out.
Right.
I'd like to see those as well.
That's what I want to see, the one for the pick. Like, oh, this guy's a real game changer. I want a guy that can. I turned into Gruden there.
He's got a little bit of that in him. But, I mean, they called their shot. And no matter how many times they think they called their shot for a 6th-round draft pick, those are pretty random.
I'd love to see the Jets talking themselves into Sam Darnold.
Oh, but Mike, when you say called their shot, like one of the things that's super cool about what the playoffs are bringing now, because we haven't actually analyzed much of this, but a Rams-Detroit thing, when you make it Goff versus Stafford and you make it McVay versus Campbell, I know we like the meathead in the Detroit story, but I do think we think of the Rams as smarter. I think if I ask you who's more smart, who's more football smart,
The Rams,
Dan
yes.
Campbell or
Dan Campbell's pretty football smart
No,
when
I'm
it comes
not.
to probabilities.
I know, but I'm talking about
And Ben
what
Johnson, his offensive coordinator, is like tabbed to be the next
McVay
guy.
told you that Goff wasn't his quarterback. It happened 13-3. He says, "Get out of here." Detroit says, and all of us said then, that's not going to work.
You're saying McVay looks smarter than Dan Campbell. And I would say, yes, you're right. He does. And most people would say the Rams are the smarter team. They would say the Lions are the tougher team. They would.
They would.
They would.
It's the chewing tobacco.
Yep.
Right. Dan Campbell's the old school behemoth,
Yes.
Neanderthal type coach who will run through a wall, and McVay is more of the new age analytics type.
I want to see what they said before they drafted Cam Akers.
His name is Cooper, good at running curls. But when his hammy got a tear, he saw Puka standing there, his blade diminished. Hostile takeover. Nacua hopped into the car. McVay has maybe found a star, and then Matt Stafford threw him 25-2. Oh, there's a brand new kid in town out of BYU. They call him Puka. Puka Nacua. His quarterback is not named Tua. Yeah, he is Puka. Puka Nacua. Fantasy assassin, it's the time to cash in. Yeah, it's Puka. Don't need the glow. Don't need the glow.
Greg Cody really does fall in love with the sound of his own voice. I see it here every week. It is magical to watch. Yeah, the happiness that spreads over you. You've been
Well, that song does it to everyone.
but he was upset. He's been upset since the first time that we disrespected the back in my day, and I apologize to him.
Squash the beef. We're good.
Okay, but now he's happy again.
Well, of course.
Let's see if we can make him even happier by playing some of the original Sports Bang. Billy, what is the context that people need for this clip that I don't even have any idea what we're playing here?
I have no idea what this is. I thought these were all removed from the internet.
What was this? What was happening? What time of our lives were we? Were you the executive producer on this show?
A healthier time.
I was, yes. I
And
have no clue what this clip is. Taylor found this somewhere.
I see a preview, and that's my takeaway is how young Stugotz looks.
What kind of run did this show have? How many years was this show done?
I think it had like a 4-year run or something.
Yeah,
it was like
4-year run.
3 or 4 year run.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the staples was Panic or Calm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big segment at the end.
And so
How'd
this
that game go?
Well,
can you explain it?
We would throw out a topic, and Goldie, Amber, myself, Billy, we debate if you're panicked or calm about it.
yeah.
That's
Depends.
all.
Sometimes Joy Taylor was in.
Yep.
Sometimes Ethan Skolnick was in.
Wow. Star maker.
Mike
Brian-
Ryan?
A who's who?
Bryant McKinney.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
B-Mac.
Brian
yeah.
McFadden?
Brian
You started
McFadden
his
was
media
there.
career?
Yes,
You have
yes.
a fun little
Was there.
coaching tree over
Brian
there.
McKinney's rapper?
Poor Gino Toretta, he's really the one that got the shaft because he was there on the pilots and the trial runs, and then Stugotz went with Goldie instead. But we did a couple there with Gino.
What happened?
I don't know. Probably cost too much.
4-year runs. It's a good run on television.
Yes.
And you guys were doing it every weekend.
It
and-
would have kept going if we didn't switch into Colin Cowherd's time slot. That's really what killed it, is because that's when we recorded it. Yeah.
And Cowherd crushed you?
No.
No.
No. The time didn't work out. Right.
We moved.
We
and
moved
that's the
time slots. Right.
That used to be when we would record. Yeah. Oh,
Right.
no. We would have kept doing it. We would do that show every week as long as Homestead Miami Speedway existed. That's how long that show would last.
Matt Beecher. I mean, had him on every year. He runs Homestead of Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Great.
Papa John's GM would come on once every
He'd
quarter.
ring the doorbell, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
We let him in the door.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
Like he was delivering pizza.
Who could
It
forget?
was like brokered programming in that it was.
No, it was 100% brokered programming. We were huge. We looked at the demographics of who it is that would watch our show. We killed women 50 to 75 every week.
Wow,
the
congrats.
numbers astronomical.
It's probably because Stugotz looked so handsome back then.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
He was a looker.
Let's see what we have here. I will delight in this. This was always a joy to watch. I would watch it on Sunday mornings the same way.
It was Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
But he would TiVo it.
I'm being told that this clip is would a quarterback start on Sunday if he punched his coach in the face the day before?
Wow.
Let's see.
We had this conversation. conversation with him. We asked Pat Riley once if Dwayne Wade punched you in the face, just flat out knocked you out, punched you in the face before Game 7 in the NBA Finals, like an hour before. Would he be starting that night, Riley? He goes, hell yeah, he would. Like,
oh my God.
And I guarantee you, like if Malcolm Butler or if someone punched Bill Belichick in the face an hour before a football game.
If Tom Brady punched him in the face an hour before the football game.
You think Brady would start?
Would Brady still be starting?
If Brady just knocked Belichick out an hour before a football game, you think Belichick's letting him start?
Yeah.
Good work by Mike Ryan there. Mike
That was
Ryan.
our second set.
Mike looks great.
Mike Ryan's star turn. That is where the career of Mike Ryan started.
You're welcome.
I've gotten fat. That's my main takeaway.
Same.
Also, Amber Wilson, Joy Taylor. What a star-making vehicle,
I
bud.
know.
I've
proud.
often
Every
thought
Sunday morning.
What if we and I've thought about this to myself.
Bad memory. Come on. You know I watched that show. I would text you during the show.
Listen, everyone knows Sunday mornings is reserved for the Coaches Show with Kim Bokamper.
Exactly.
It was before I started working out. You can see my frame's not great. I've built mass. It's mostly mass that you're looking at.
I've always wanted to 10 years from now just broker 1 week on CBS 4 and just do a reunion episode of Sports Bang and confuse the hell out of everyone and have like everyone come back that did it.
At one point, Billy, do I have this wrong? At one point, weren't we trying to figure out how to wire the Clevelander for this show?
Oh, I don't know. It's very possible. No, this died in the old studio. This was pre-move. Yeah, because we switched and we were doing the show at the the old whatever.
But it wasn't Brian McKinney and his rapper. I believe there was.
Beauty. Brian McKinney was there.
Man, I've been trying to think of that name for
forever.
Brian McKinney was there. He brought on Bree Beauty was there. She performed to close us out. Yes,
his mom was there.
His mom was on a couple times. Yeah.
But was she indeed a rapper?
Yeah, she was. Bree Beauty. She performed for us to close out a show once because Stugotz said this is a good idea, and I'm not going to tell Brian McKinney no.
Can we get that?
It's huge.
Yeah,
you seen it?
Where is the intellectual property for that? You
I
can
think they had a falling
absolutely,
out, to
you
be
can
perfectly
parlay
honest with
that
you.
intellectual property. These golden tapes are absolutely a place for Stugotz to make money. These shows that birth these stars.
There are also tapes that could cost him a lot of money. Different time.
Did you ever get paid for the producing you were doing on that show?
Paid. Stugotz told me it's valuable experience.
Any particular reason you moved the microphone after I had finished the count instead of before?
I thought I did it right on the number one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the timing
As he was saying
just
it. Yeah.
quintessential. It was impeccable.
Really?
Wow.
Where the hell did that come
Ka-ching.
from? Where's that been? What the hell just happened there?
Dan, the NFL news, it never stops.
What happened?
The Jaguars have moved on from running backs coach Bernie Parmalee and assistant OL coach Todd Washington.
You're going to go to Buffalo with Bernie Parmalee. Wow. I feel bad for Bernie. Beat Parm. That's too bad. Seriously.
Had no idea he was coaching.
I didn't either. Yeah. I'm going to have to text him.
You feel bad,
Anybody
yet
get his number?
you're smiling.
No, I mean, I feel bad when any coach loses his job, and this is the time of year. Believe me, they're all sacking everybody.
Well, I'd just like to for a second, because Dolphin football has been passed down bitterly through generations of Cody's. Greg Cody's father. Was your mother a Dolphin fan?
I have Dolphin bingo, by the way. Passed down through generations. Cody family just needed Nerlene to get this thing on home. So
Tannehill is a quarterback for 10 years.
Yep.
Tua, you've been arguing about for the last 4 years. You guys just experienced a brutal Dolphin week that affected your wife and affected
bingo
your family.
Especially my wife. Oh, she's nuts about the Dolphins.
I honestly hate watching games with her because she gets so negative so quickly. Like one negative play, and she's just like, it's all over.
Well,
we're back.
Tannehill did this to her, and before that, it was Jay Fiedler, and it was arguing about who was that other guy. How many? Cleo Lemon, and how many?
Ray Lucas.
How many? There were how many of them? There were. Jay Fiedler was the best of them, and then
Jay Fiedler's the best Dolphins quarterback in my lifetime.
Awesome. Right.
Yeah.
Gus
Tannehill is.
Book's still out on John Beck.
They had one season of Chad Pennington. He almost won the MVP. He finished second in the MVP because they got new arm Chad Pennington, the one competent quarterback. We argued for
Chad
7
Henne did
years.
win games.
I thought Chad Henne was going to be
Yeah,
good.
he did win games.
Everyone did.
He was the one that got me. He was the one when we drafted Chad Henne, I was like, we fixed it.
Henne had a big drive for Kansas City, if you remember, 98 yards.
I was happy for Jim Mandich, posthumously.
Mad dog.
Ryan Tannehill is now ending the end of his Tennessee career. He got his money. He wasn't a great quarterback here. We argued about it for 7 years. Then he went there, and we're like, oh, look, you get him a running back and you get him a wide receiver, and he'll look more competent than that. Maybe you can Vrabel your way to it. Nah, it's over in Tennessee. And here's Tannehill talking about how over it is.
Yeah, no, I was very aware. Very aware. I thought we were actually a couple yards short, and I told them, hey, I'm going to get you this ball. I don't care what they call. I'm going to get you this ball. And they said he ended up getting it. So, thankful that I didn't have to go rogue there and call a pass play at the end. But I was like, hey, I got nothing to lose here. I mean, I'm out anyway. So, like, what are they going to do? You know what I mean? So, I'm thankful he was able to hit that. Obviously, wanted that for him and what he's meant for this team over the course of this year.
A day after Shannon Sharp says that Jameis Winston should be cut because of what he did for Jamal Williams, Tannehill just being like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
D-Hop, what do you need? You need a couple catches? I don't care what they call.
That is an act of blatant insubordination. And also it's what happens when the kids that know they're at the end of the class and they've got $200 million are like, wait, really? Like, at the end, you're going to tell me what to do? No, I'm gonna go ahead and do this my way.
Dan, we were actually talking about on God Bless Football yesterday. I want to throw this idea by you, see what you think. I think that a coach that's on his way out and knows he's going to be fired by his team and he's coaching his last game should make himself aware of every single bonus that every player on his team has, and he should cut a commission for himself and say, I will get you said bonus.
It's a great idea.
20% of that bonus is coming my way because I'm not going to have a job after this, so I'm going to have to kind of, a little scratch for daddy here on the way out.
So wait a minute. What?
Scratch for daddy.
A little scratch for daddy.
Yeah.
So Arthur Smith is saying to the Falcons before the game, listen, guys, if we lose, I'm getting fired. Show of hands. Who needs a bonus?
$500K for you, 20%.
Jeremy, why are you laughing so hard at scratch for daddy? I don't know.
I don't know what it was, but
as if you say that regularly.
Yeah, just hearing it out of Billy's mouth.
People say that.
Sounds a little naughty.
A little scratch for daddy.
Yeah, on the way out.
So you're saying if we were playing coaching carousel right now, in fact, let's go ahead and play it right now. Let's go.
Yes.
This is the best way to discuss
Greg,
this.
you got to act like you're on a carousel
Greg,
here. Mine's broken today.
Yours is broken.
Yeah.
It appears that
You never know until it starts.
Greg, have you ever...
He's riding a horse of some sort.
This is not a horse
Greg,
ride,
you're
Dad.
riding an actual horse.
You're going
We
up and
need
down.
you
I'm on a
carousel.
That's
You
what
can
I'm
ride a
doing.
horse.
Going up and down.
It doesn't gallop.
Up and down. It's like this, Greg. It's like this. It's just you're going back and forth on the carousel. It's on the carousel.
Not calmly.
I prefer this.
That's
Okay,
how
but
calmly.
that's not.
It's not a
nobody's-
gallop.
It's his carousel. I mean,
No,
The carousel goes up and down slowly.
it's just, Greg, you're doing it wrong.
You're playing a piano now.
You're doing it wrong. It's like a carousel.
Up and down.
We're going up.
There
and
we go.
down.
Now you're cooking. Mine's broken.
In the last game of the season, Ron Rivera had to have known he was going to be fired, right? He had to.
Yes.
Or have an inkling.
So you're saying on that day, get together with your team the night before the game and
Yes.
go and pull out the contracts,
Right.
Yeah.
And be like, let's split this up right now. We're going to get you guys
No, not
everything
split
you
it up.
need.
No, not split it up.
No. Who needs a bonus? What do you need?
Exactly.
Right.
How much is the bonus?
Yes.
Because we're going to get some scratch for daddy here on the way out.
Duh.
And then how do you cut that up? You don't think that would be a scandal if Ron Rivera
What do
were
you mean, how do you cut it up? 20% my way, 80% your way. That's how it works. Scratch,
Scratch for daddy.
Exactly right.
That's how Scratch for Daddy works. I didn't know the math of that. How was
Stu's
I supposed?
entire life.
How was
You
I
come
supposed
in,
to know?
You say, I've explained it very clearly. You
It's
say,
what's-
who has a bonus? What's your bonus? All right, I will get. I guarantee you, I'm in charge. I call the plays. I will get you your bonus. But I need a cut, 20% scratch for daddy.
If I'm on an offensive line and we're out of it the last week of the season, I'm just talking to D lineman. Who needs it?
Who needs me? Who needs a sack?
Who needs me?
Exactly right.
Oh, that's
5K
even better.
for me?
In-game negotiations.
If I'm the QB,
Yes.
my team's out of it. Who needs a sack? If I see you coming, I'll just fall down on the old stray hand they call
That
it.
did. Chris Jones got $1.25 million on a sack, and it did kind of look like the Chargers quarterback, whatever his name is.
Isn't that
Easton
what,
Stick. He kind of just fell. He pulled the Ben Roethlisberger.
That's what I'm saying. No, isn't that
Was
what
it Ben Roethlisberger?
It's a Brett Favre.
Brett Favre did it for Strahan.
We've never proven that. Wait a minute.
Watch the tape.
Hold on a second.
It's alleged.
That's as obvious.
He grooved that
and that's
one.
as obvious as the Chan Hill Park one.
I was trying to play the reckless
Hey, you don't need
speculation.
it for this.
You can't just say that. That's a reckless allegation. That's nobody's proven that.
Oh, that's canon. Everyone knows it.
They've never admitted it. Neither one of them. And I would trust Brett Favre anything he did and said. You guys are, you're telling me, put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Should a fired coach get a scratch for daddy tax?
We're watching the Brett
We
Favre
just
thing
watched
right
the
now.
play,
I mean, come
Dan.
on.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
I'm just saying, has it been confirmed?
Yeah, by watching.
Visual evidence.
Regardless, it's one of the most historic plays in history. It might have been cheating, just like last night's champion. That's a thing that we're now doing today, Mike. And I know as much as you want to talk about college football, I am a bit surprised that you don't understand why most people watching college football has its ardentest fans, and they are legion, and they love everything about the wonder and spectacle of last night. And a lot of people also know, hey, it's kind of silly, right, to have a college team win when their coach can't be there half the time because he was cheating. Like, that's silly, yes?
Yeah, I guess it's silly, but nobody beat them. And they went through Ohio State, Alabama, and Washington.
Deserving
at the
champ,
end.
yeah.
Very
Except
deserving.
for the cheating, right?
Outside of the cheating, I mean, but there's. I want to read you this thing where it's one of the best strays ever caught. It's a Brett McMurphy article. Hang on as I find it, because it talks to the notion of Michigan cheating. This is from Brett McMurphy's column in The Athletic. Look, an Alabama official told me at the Rose Bowl last week, everyone, and I mean everyone, is stealing signs. Michigan was not the only school doing this. Added an industry source, and this is where the stray comes, Kansas basketball cheats more than anyone. I mean, they didn't do anything to Kansas. The only pure thing in college athletics is Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt sucks. That's where college athletics is.
The Commodores.
2024.
Well, it's been there for a while, though. Bill Self is Kansas, and there were FBI.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, or you're Vanderbilt.
Michigan holding up that like the guy that blocks the cameras from like their huddles is just such a nice chef's kiss. touch.
So what you're saying is because they beat everybody, the games against Ohio State and Alabama were this much. If you're cheating to get an advantage and you get this much of an advantage, that wins those games.
I think it's also fair to assume that they're probably not cheating in the same ways that they were after this became known. And hell, Alabama wasn't even looking at film on their iPads because they were worried about espionage. And the toughest test of their season came after that. I do think everyone does it. Now, the shocking thing was Connor Stallions dressed up on the Central Michigan sideline.
The best thing.
That was
best
shocking.
thing.
And we also don't know exactly what happened there. Was he helping Michigan? Was he even possibly helping Central Michigan? We don't know. And I really hope we get a transparent and thorough investigation. But these are worthy champs, in my opinion. And if everyone's stealing signs, there's a certain threshold. They may have crossed the line. We don't know that yet. There are wild allegations about what's going on with Ohio State, using espionage via the catapult system and having potentially access to all sorts of teams' practice footage. And that's the kind of thing that got Bill Belichick in hot water the first time. So I think that there is a large part of this that is going on. And Jim Harbaugh has this real believable way of convincing you he may not be the guy pulling all these strings and smart enough to do this because he's just a bit of a weirdo.
Hearing Saban talk during the press conference where they were sitting next to each other, where Saban obviously said the things like, yeah, we got to have the sport be clean, but he wouldn't really crush. Like, Saban's lack of really crushing Harbaugh made it seem like there's I don't want anyone.
Look at what's happening.
I want
right
all
now.
this to go away. Is the way it felt like from Saban.
The squeaky wheel, that whole thing, and look what's happened. Ohio State got dragged into this because Michigan was looking to clap back, and they get dragged. And now we're looking at everybody's skeletons right now. Nobody wants that because there is an honor amongst thieves that certainly Connor Stalions dressing up as a staffer would.
This is the part. This is the part
that.
that can't be ignored. You do realize that this went from mundane sports scandal, we're tired of cheating, who understands how football is won, to he was wearing a disguise on the sidelines.
Viva Las Vegas, here we come. Hey, who is that? Dan? Is that Stu? Is that Mike, Ryan, Billy, Gil, Chris, and Greg too? Is that Juju out in Vegas? Oh boy, is that Roy? Is that Roy talking hockey at the bar? Look, you done took it too far. Out in Vegas, Roy to the penalty box. Viva Las Vegas. Hey, who is that? Jessica too? Is that Luke? Is that Lucy the Foot Girls crew? I'm just playing, I'm just saying touche, tache. Out in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas all night long. Viva, Viva, Viva Las Vegas all night long. It's a party, it's a party, it's a parlay. It's a party.
Billy, you don't mind being someone who tells other employees hard truths.
Whoa, what?
Tony, for example, you wondered the other day on air why he had a career here.
I did no such thing.
Couldn't have done that more accurately.
How did I know such thing? Did you notice Tony wasn't in that song, by the way?
Well, John Reed said he was going to make it better by putting Tony in that song.
I did see an email that said I've added Tony to the song, which made me wonder if someone sent some angry emails about being excluded.
No, he just said it out loud.
Really?
Tony did.
Well, John Reed, I think, he's a loving man. I think before knowing any of that about Tony, said that Tony was his favorite shipping container member. And
he's told me that, too. Yeah, that was also after finding out that Tony realized he wasn't
Okay,
in the song.
I don't know what
Says
their
it to everyone,
relationship
Dan.
is.
Right.
Okay, maybe he does. John Reed is very eager to make his way into this show and become a country music star.
I'm the eager one, Dan. No one can take that lane but me.
I think John Reed is eager. I think Fuentes is super eager. Super eager.
That's true.
I mean, he's ruined God Bless Football. So.
Jesus.
Was the mic on?
Billy was the one with the hard truths toward fellow employees. So the question to you is, I think I saw what your reaction was when Tony came to you. I think I saw your first honest reaction when Tony came to you and said that song existed. Do you remember what your first honest reaction was to that? Because I think I witnessed it, but I'm not sure.
Well, I wasn't here the first time that it premiered, and I didn't know about it until the next day. And then he even told me, like, you can't watch it yet. You're going to watch on the show or whatever. And I watched it. But when he said it, I was like, wait, what? Like, John made a song? And it's a good song. And what he told me was, yeah, it's actually good. And I was like, of course it's good. John Reed's very talented. Why wouldn't it be good?
Well, but is he talented? Because
is he not?
Well, he's got bad judgment. He's got that hot water from Iowa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Hoo.
Mm-hmm.
He was in hot water. He was in hot water in Iowa because he flew a drone over. I saw a great stat. Great stat. Since 2020, 40-point games, Caitlin Clark 10, Iowa football 4. We were trying to bring shine to Iowa offense. Shine to Iowa offense, and we tried to fly a drone, and he got in trouble.
Inside an arena.
Lucy Rodine had to pull him out of
there. It was outdoors, to be fair.
He wasn't respecting rules. But now, what is he doing with you? Because I've heard him. He wants to be on the show. He wants to be someone who has a recurring role and a character.
Who doesn't?
On the show. Well, Taylor wants to. Fuentes does. Both Fuenteses do. Everybody out there. Lewis. Everybody out there desperate to be in front of the cameras. John Reed is doing some things to earn it. He's making songs in his spare time. And I don't know what to do with John Reed and his musical ambitions because he wants a budget, Stugotz. He wants to go to a rodeo when we're in Vegas. Vegas is costing way too much money.
John Reed is a cool cat, and he is talented, and he has a great voice, and I would give him that budget.
You're
I
in
think
the
he's
tank
a big
for him
star.
because he gets you cigarettes. You just say, like, fetch me these cigarettes.
He has never gotten me a cigarette, not once.
He's been talking about 21 Savage, too, all day.
Yeah, I've been getting calls from the hip-hop community. Dan, we got to fire back here.
Fire back?
It's not looking good, man.
Fire back?
Yeah, my phone has been going off. Everybody's been calling me saying that you got dissed by 21 Savage, one of the biggest rappers in the hip-hop community.
I mean, it was pretty insulting. I mean, what they did to you on the video.
Well, it was flattering. They cast a handsome actor to play Dan Le Batard.
It was
and look just like
racist.
him.
It's offensive.
This guy is a very handsome man. Look at that jawline.
Very handsome.
And you, I don't know if you've been told this, but you look just like that guy.
I don't.
You look just like him.
I don't.
Point to the camera right now.
Yeah.
I don't
point to
the camera. Do it like
I
him.
don't look anything like him. This portrayal is clearly offensive. It's a stereotype.
Get the index
it's a
finger up a little.
stereotype.
There you
How
go.
is it a
That's
stereotype? Whoa, that's a mighty allegation.
Little
that
to
you're
the
just
right.
tossing out there.
It's a stereotype because that is not representative of me or my father. You guys haven't me.
No, his hair is way better.
My father's even more offensive.
If anything, he has a bone to pick.
I didn't see. Can I see an image?
I'm offended.
That's Poppy.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
It's Gary.
It's closer to Greg Cody than Poppy.
I was going to say, are we sure that that's not one of the days that Greg Cody was subbing in?
But they got
Bomani.
Bo
They
dead on.
got
Dead
that.
on. Dead on Bomani.
I thought that was Katie Nolan.
Well, on behalf of the black community, Bomani's character looks horrible.
What? It's dead on.
No.
That character, that I see Bomani's entire soul and essence there. They caught that.
No.
They captured that perfectly.
With all due respect, John, you may want to sit this one out.
Perfectly.
Well, you have to look at the positive side of it. It gives you a little bit of street cred with 21. Like,
well, what's happening? I don't understand what's happening. I didn't know I had beef with him, and I don't know what the
Does
nature
this
of it.
represent beef? That's pretty flattering. 21 Savage became a meme because of his appearance on Highly Questionable. 21 Savage is being portrayed by Donald Glover in this instance. I think, if anything, it makes your moment with him even more iconic. That's flattery.
Absolutely.
I'm being portrayed in the trailer as someone.
As someone who is handsome and better looking than you. Oh, the offense I would take. Oh.
I'm attacking him. He's got me attacking him in an interview when that's not how I remember things happening.
Well, you should be offended that you got dissed by the greatest nursery rhyme rapper of all time.
Whoa. John.
Yeah.
Over and out.
I'm on the screen, and I just want to make it clear I'm not a part of this.
Wait a minute, John. Don't escalate
And
this to
the only
places
reason
that I can't handle.
Here's what we do. I think here's what we do as a team. We get Chris Cody to make a diss song.
Whoa.
And I think
like this.
that I could produce. I could go in and write a rhyme for Chris Cody that could rival 21 Savage any day, anytime.
Come on.
any
I'm gonna have
place.
to approve
That's
this.
aggressive. This is aggressive.
This is not setting me up
As
for
a matter of
success.
fact, Mike Ryan, I sent you a song called Llama Llama. I have a nursery rhyme book here, and we're just gonna kind of get you guys.
John, this is
Yes.
aggressively confident.
That's appropriate.
Aggressively confident. What do you mean it's appropriate?
Yes.
It's appropriate. We need a comeback song.
Big swings, Dan.
Yeah, do we have the Llama Llama song queued up?
No, I
Yeah,
wish you
cue
would have
up
told me
Llama
about
Llama,
this earlier.
This would have been
It's in an
better.
email
with-
Yes.
You
Yeah,
think?
it's
Oh,
I
you
can
you
check my
think?
work email here
Wait a
on
minute.
It's on Slack.
Wait a minute.
Well, that's not how you do it.
Llama
Wait a
Llama.
minute. John Reed.
Yes.
No, now I got to
John-
go to the Slack,
no.
find a way to download the
Right.
file from no.
There's
this-
27
you know what?
channels there.
Not
Right.
happening.
Right.
No, 21 Savage.
John Reed wants to. I just want to be clear on what's happening
on
here because,
Slack.
like I said, he's got bad judgment.
No.
You think we should?
So I'm gonna take the whitest of the white boys in the room and make him a rapper.
He's got confidence. I stand with John.
Here's your Slack message, and because of how our computers work here, this is how it plays.
But is he alleging that Chris can now freestyle better than 21 Savage?
Well, he gave me this book here.
I think so. Go ahead.
Llama. Let me feel it. Let me find it. Where's
Come
my
on, baby.
Where's my snare?
Come on, don't embarrass us.
Llama, red pajama, reads a story with his mama.
Whoa, that sounded
Okay.
just like 21.
Okay.
21.
Let's go.
Mama kisses baby's hair. Wait.
Come on, Chris.
Mama kisses baby's hair. Mama llama goes downstairs. Llama, red pajama, feels alone without his mama.
Come on, babe, put some soul in it.
Baby llama wants a drink. Mama's at the kitchen sink. Ooh. Llama, red pajama, calls down to llama mama. Ooh. Mama says she'll be up soon. Baby llama hums a tune.
Yes.
Llama.
All right, let's stop right there.
Wow, I see what you're going for. He sounded just like 21 Savage.
Excellent.
That's what the nursery rhyme?
Yeah.
He sounded just like 21.
You know what?
How about me?
No, that
Yeah,
was
you
John.
read.
John
You read.
did that.
He's
John
proud of
did
himself
that.
for reading.
Read a book. I want to be a rapper now.
That one's tricky.
Anyway.
Yeah, likes that book. It's tricky.
Llama, the nursery rhyme. Chris and I are going to hit the studio, and we'll have a song for you in about 10 minutes.
I love this.
That's
Really? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Yeah,
That
10
quick?
minutes.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it's the end of the show today, so we'll have it tomorrow.
No.
Post-game?
No, post-game.
Post-game.
10 minutes, Mike. Come on.
Post-game. Mike desperately wants to get to quarterbacking stuff.
I don't want to.
You requested the
got your
post-game.
guy.
Rosenberger?
You requested it in the post-game.
I don't need to pollute the main show with it. If you guys seem to have questions.
No, you
so
have.
should I go with John?
Yeah,
Am I
go
the
with
running
him. You
maker?
gotta go. You
Yes,
have 10
go make
minutes.
this.
Yeah,
Mike,
exactly
is it fair
right.
to say this? I cannot trust a quarterback whose last name is Poffenbarger.
Gardenhoser?
I will say this on behalf of Mike Ryan. He has texted me insider information that has been ahead of everybody on who they're getting, how they're getting them. All of his information has been correct. It's sort of strange, actually, to see him withhold much of that information because he's not a journalist. He's behaving here in
Well, this
protection
is
of
not
the program.
quarterback that
Yeah,
they
it's
were
been
gonna
correct
get. This
except
is
for the
like
whole they had to
fourth
pick of the
No,
lottery.
but he just told me. He told me 2 days ago that what was reported yesterday was happening because I don't know what happened with Cam Ward, but I know that his reporting has been accurate on this is the. I heard this name, this weird name, 2 days ago, only because of him.
Poffenbarger.
Can I, now that John has left the room, can I betray Stugotz's confidence here to share with you something that happens quite often? Stugotz thinks John Reed's name is John House because he regularly calls him John House to me, and I'm like, who is that? And he's like, the video guy. And I'm like, his name's John Reed. Every time we talk about it, he calls him John House.
I did it once. I did it once.
Like at least 3 times he's called him John House.
I did it twice.
And I'm not convinced he won't do it again.
I did it 3 times.
Where's the house come from?
Is that a person that you know?
I don't know.
Rowan Gardner.
I did it 5 times. And I sent them out for cigarettes.
I think I can run
And I
Metal
told
Arc
them to put it on the company
Media's all of their employees
LeBatard Enterprise.
through the room, and I think Stugotz can name
some scratch for daddy.
9 people who work here.
Rulingruder.
Works here. Lucio.